All right. So, Grace, we're working on the Yankee Doodle paper if you have that from yesterday still. Okay. Right, okay, so our first step here is we're going to take care of this 2. Okay? What can we do to get rid of this 2? What kind of algebra could we do here to get rid of the 2 in front of the x squared? If we subtract by 2, what'd you say? Sorry, Trey, say it again.
Subtract 2 on both sides.
Subtract 2. Well, but remember, it's not just a 2, it's a 2x squared. And if we want to just get rid of the 2, it's not 2. Yes, we're going to divide. And is that what you're going to say 2? Yeah, exactly right. Divide. Okay, so we're going to divide each side by 2, which means when I divide here by 2, that means each one of these things gets divided by 2. Okay, and then what I do to the left-hand side, I have to do to the right-hand side. So I'm going to divide by 2 over here as well. Okay, now 2 divided by 2, what does that simplify to be? Just an x squared, right? Hey, look at that. That's nice. That's familiar. What about negative 4 divided by 2? Negative 2x. And then negative 14 divided by 2? Negative 7. So, aha. And then 0 divided by 2? 0. Okay, so that's not that bad, right? Now we can just, and now from that point on, it's the same thing we did yesterday, okay? So, what should I do to both sides here first? We're going to add the 7 over, right? We want to get our x's on one side and our numbers on the other side. So we'll have x squared minus 2x, leave some space, equals positive 7. Okay? And they're going to complete the square here. Okay? So again, to complete the square here, you kind of have 2 options, all right? We can just remember, just memorize, that the thing that we add is going to be half the middle term and square it. Okay, so you can just remember that. Okay, so what's half our middle term here? Negative 1. And what's negative 1 squared? Positive 1. So we're going to add 1 to both sides here. Okay, if that's still kind of like, I'm not sure I want to have to memorize that, well, you don't need to. You can just write down here. Okay, we know this thing's going to factor. We're going to have an x and an x. Right? And we need these 2 numbers to add to make negative 2. What 2 numbers add to make negative 2 and they're the same number? What 2 numbers add to make negative 2 and they're the same number? Negative 1 and negative 1, right? Minus 1, minus 1. And what's negative 1 times negative 1? Positive. And hey, look, there's the plus 1. Okay, there's that plus 1 that we put on both sides there, okay? And so then we just now simplify. So 7 plus 1 is 8. X minus 1 times x minus 1. X minus 1 squared equals 8. Okay, question, Grace?
So you got 1, just to clarify, because you cut 2 in half and square it.
Yeah, it's all, so the number that you add to complete the square, everybody, will be always half the middle term, Grayson, half the middle term, and you square it. Okay? So half of negative 2 is negative 1. Squared is positive 1. Add 1, add 1. Okay? That's it. Okay. Yep. So now we will square root both sides. Okay, we get x minus 1 equals, and then plus or minus the square root of 8. Okay? Is 8 a perfect square? No. Can we divide it by any perfect squares?
Yeah.
Evenly, yes. What perfect square will divide this? 4. So root 8 is equal to the root 4 times root what? 2. What is the square root of 4? 2. And we have the root 2 still there. Yep. So then we have x minus 1 equals plus or minus root 2. I messed up. Plus or minus 2 root 2. Okay, and then last step, what do we do to both sides? Add 1. So we get x equals 1 plus or minus 2 root 2. Okay? Plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 root 2. There are solutions right there. Okay. Let's try number 6. All right, so I'll put that one down here. Okay. Number 6 says 3x squared plus 12x minus 18 equals 0. All right, so if if that's the case, 3x squared plus 12x minus 18, if that equals 0, okay, right, we're trying to solve this using completing the square, what would be a good first step here to do? Okay, so we could start with adding 18 to both sides. What else could we start with doing here? Dividing by 3, okay? So does it matter which one you do first? No, it doesn't. But eventually, we're going to have to divide by 3, and eventually, we'll have to add the 18 over. So either way is fine. Your choice, okay? So let's add the 18 over first this time, just to kind of change it up a little bit, just to show you. Okay, whoops, that cancels. This is still positive 18. We'll have the 3x squared plus 12x, okay? And so, yeah, I added the 18 over, like Sierra said. That's a good idea. And we'll also now divide everything by 3. So divide by 3. Okay? What does this simplify to be? Just an x squared. What's this simplify to be? 4x. Okay? What's 18 divided by 3? 6. Okay, and now we're going to complete the square here. So we need an x and an x. Okay, so x times x will give us x squared. And then these two numbers, okay, what is it?
2.
Yes, yeah, 2 and 2 will make the 4 there. So it's plus 2 plus 2. And that means what number is missing here? A 4, right? 2 times 2. So a plus 4, and I'll have to add 4 over here as well to balance it out because I'm bringing it in from nowhere. And that makes the 10 then. Okay. And so then x plus 2 times x plus 2 is x plus 2 squared, excuse me, equals 10. All right, and then we will square root both sides. Okay, and I get x plus 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 10. Is the square root of 10 a perfect square? No. Can we divide it by any perfect squares? No. It's divisible by 2. 2 is not a perfect square. It's divisible by 5. 5 is not a perfect square. And that's it. It's 10, 1. But 1 is a perfect square, but that doesn't really reduce it. All right, so we can't simplify it anymore. This is as good as we can do. But are we finished with solving here? What do we still have to do? Minus 2 on both sides. Yeah, minus 2. Okay, so x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 10. Okay, and that's our answer. Okay, that's our answer. Questions on any of that? Okay. If there are no questions, oh yeah, Hannah,
Okay.
sorry.
So I did it differently because I divided everything by 3 first.
Okay.
And then I got x equals 2 plus or minus square root of 6.
So, okay, so if you divide everything by 3 first, then you should have had something like, let's see here, x squared plus 4x minus 6 equals 0, right?
Yeah.
And then you added 6 to both sides. Okay, x squared plus 4x, leave some space, equals 6. We'll factor that. So it's x and x. Okay, what did you,
I had 2.
so plus 2 plus 2?
And yeah. and
What goes here now?
2 is 4.
So we added 4 here, you add 4 here, so we get 10. You forgot to add the 4 on this side. Balance it out. Yep, that's okay. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay. I do make mistakes, so please, if you think I made a mistake or if you think, you're right and I'm wrong, please say so. It's okay. I promise I won't be like, why do you think that? Of course, I'm always right. I am a math teacher. I do make mistakes. All right, if you would, please flip your paper over. All right, I'd like you to try this one right here. If you want to try and fit it down in this space, you're welcome to. Or if you want to just write it down in here, you're welcome to do that too. But just this one. Just try this one, please, okay? Try that one, please. All right, see what you can do there. So see what you can come up with there with that. We'll go over it here, and I'll do it too. I'm going to do it in this space down here, though. No, you need to remember you divide through by 2 because you're the 2x squared. So divide everything by 2 first.
Yeah, and then not.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to need those first, and then I'll give them back to you, please. That's not it at all. That's not it at all. Is there anything in front of the x squared? No. Put on our pound.
Oh wait, did I do this?
Should be. Oh yes, you forgot to divide everything by 2 first. You should divide
Oh no, I did do that. Oh, I was supposed to do that first.
Yes, first. Now, yes, you should have done it first. Yeah, before you go. Like at this point right here, I'd say divide that. Looking good. Negative 7 plus 9 is like positive 2.
I did 16 to 76.
And so it's going to be square root of positive 2, right? And so it's actually just this one. This one. That makes sense? Yeah, you're right. You just
How did you get 49? You did 16 times 16.
So you take this number, when you break it down, you square it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think you might be right.
Half of that middle term was what?
Oh,
Who's the
Middle term was negative.
Yeah, sure. No, but just hold on for cutting. I was trying to explain something. You're on the right track. So I just wanted to make sure.
and square root of negative 3, negative 6 is squared, right?
Negative 3 squared is 9. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive.
So what is, why wouldn't it be 3? You can't do this. 9 won't give you 6 though.
9 will give you
Don't you have to know the 2 numbers that add up to 6?
negative 6, right?
Yeah,
So what's
exactly.
negative 3 times negative 3?
6. Oh, negative.
It's positive 9 and negative 3 plus a negative 3 is negative 6.
It'll be like plus
Those are
negative
good
here.
Yeah, and you have
They
to
don't
add
still
plus positive.
Those like raspberry cheesecake
Plus
flavors.
9.
Yeah, those are good. Subway cookies, those are good cookies.
So negative 1 is good, and then on this side you have x squared.
No, you just have to do max.
X squared minus 6x.
Everyone's got a piece of paper?
I need 3 because we have to do
Good.
X
negative 3.
You have 18 1/7, x squared minus 6x plus 9.
Plus 9 currency plus 9.
X squared minus 6x plus 9. There. Okay, and now you're going to have 2 sets of parentheses.
Yes.
This is a different problem.
Totally different.
But I'm going to show this one here now, okay, so we can see it here, okay? So here's what Mr. Steve was trying to show you there, okay? So, all right, there's our original problem. 2x squared minus 12x plus 14 equals 0, right? we have a 2 in front of our x squared. Listen up, folks. We have a 2 in front of the x squared, so that means we have to divide everything by 2. Okay? Which makes then x squared minus 6x plus 7 equals 0. Subtract the 7 over. Okay. Subtract that 7 over from both sides. And then we have to figure out what number we're going to put in here. Again, half the middle term is negative 3, squared is positive 9. So we just add 9 to both sides, right? You can see it right there. X minus 3 times x minus 3 is what the factor is to be, which is x minus 3 squared. Square root both sides. You get x minus 3 equals plus or minus root 2. Add 3 over, and you get x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. Okay. That's it. Okay. Any questions there? Any questions? All right, so what I want you guys to do then, it's actually going to help me out too, okay? So, because I didn't feel like cutting all this stuff out. What I've passed out are some completing the square problems, but they are in the wrong order. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors, okay, and you're going to cut these out. Now, listen up real quick here though, okay? You see how at the top of your like column there of steps, it says like a station number, okay, with a 1 there. I'd like you to try and keep that that on the topmost piece here. So when you cut, like, don't cut this line right here, okay? Don't cut this line right here. Cut like here. So cut out all the boxes, but leave the station 1 attached to the top box, okay? So cut out all the boxes, but leave station 1, please, attached to the top box. I think that's what we're supposed to. Ooh, actually, let me check to make sure I was. Yes. Yes, there was. Sorry? Different people have different stations, but whatever station you have, please leave the station attached to the top box and then cut out all the other boxes individually, please, okay? So leave station 1 attached to the top box, cut out all the other boxes, okay? And you can also cut around, of course, the outside and stuff like that, because I didn't do a super hot job. Okay, and Grayson, I'm sorry, I'll get you scissors here in just a sec. Okay, and so it looks something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, see how I have station 1 still attached to the top? Okay, so what I want you to do, okay, is to, oh, here, Grayson, sorry. Okay, what I want you to do then is to now take your station, take your steps here and put them in the correct order for completing the square for your problem, okay? So you have all these steps here. Now, the one that's attached to station 1, that is the first step. Okay, that is the first step. So you want to keep that one together. But then everything else, put them in the correct order for what completing the square would look like if you were to complete the square for this particular problem. Okay? And of course, you have station 2 and station 3 as well. So go ahead and do that for station 2 and station 3 for whatever, whichever one you guys have. Okay? So whichever one you've got there, go ahead and do that. I'm going to borrow some scissors here. Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's like a puzzle almost, I guess I'll say. Mm-hmm. What the correct order is, because they are in random order when I handed them to you. You think you got it?
I think I did, yeah.
All right, I'll come take a look here in just a sec. All right, let's see what you got. Okay. Okay, so I like these two right here. those are good, first two steps, but I think this is not the next step.
Oh wait, I got it. No, I got it.
Okay, and if you need to, if you want to write yours out and then just like kind of do it and then match your steps, that's a strategy you could use.
Now I got it.
Okay. Oh man, I'm not you serious? Shoot. For those of you with Station 2, I apologize. I didn't realize there was an imaginary here until I just looked at it right now. So Station 2, you might have a harder one there, okay? Station 2 folks may have a trickier one, all right? So we may just have not worry about that for right now because it is a little bit harder. That's frustrating. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you have Station 2, try your best with it.
I just want to make sure if I
I'm coming to check. Sorry, Ethan. Thank you for waiting. I just want to finish cutting up the Station 3 for myself, and then.
got it.
Okay. All right, let's see what we got. All right, and Jackson, you think you got it too? Let me see. Okay. Okay, yeah, those look good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, I would say you could probably do it this way, I would say, and then break them up to final answer. That's good. That looks good. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
See what we got here. Yes. Good. Good. Actually, did I think so? This is good for your first step. So what do we need to do here for our very first step with that 3? What should we do with the 3? So subtract 3 over, right? So that would be this one right here. And then, yeah, we would complete the square by adding 25, and then add a factor to that. And then we add negative 3 to 25 to make it 22. And that would then give us that when we square root both sides. Subtract 5, and then there's final answer. Good job. That's right. Alright, let's see how we did here. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Yeah. So Station 2, it's imaginary. Okay, so it's imaginary answers there and stuff like that. This just looks good. Looks good. Let me see that. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Show what we got here. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, good job. Even with the imaginary, good job, Sierra. Okay, that was a weird one. You got it. Good job. All right, Jasmine.
I feel like I got it.
Okay, good. Even with the imaginary, good stuff. Let's you looking good. Looking good so far. Let's see. I think. Yeah, yeah. So far good. I would say not
Like, oh,
this one for the next step. It's like there's a step that goes between these two, and then you're good. Okay. Sorry, brother.
I think I got it.
Yep. Okay. I'll go fill it here in a second. Oh, you're still thinking about it? Composable. Well, so you want to start with this one. Okay. What would be the next step after that? What should you do? What's the very first step when you start completing a square? You having trouble too? You're missing some steps in there, so see if we can fit them in somewhere. Okay. You're good. Okay, looks good. Yeah. Yes. Did you finish organizing them there? Okay. Okay, I'm right there, David. I'm sorry. You're ready to be checked though?
Yeah.
All right.
X equals. You gotta
Yeah, I would
the
say.
plus or minus.
we're going to our room
Alright,
first.
so it's good, right? I don't know.
We have to go up to our room first.
Yeah, that's
So we're probably gonna have to like practice.
Already give me that.
Okay.
A little early.
So,
I don't have station. I don't have station two.
okay, so what I'm going to do right now, okay, what I'm going to do right now here,
Let's not do that. My glasses
okay,
were.
anyone else need to be checked, or you think you got it kind of thing, we can go through it too, or whatever, anyone else need to be checked?
Oh, look, my sister's back.
Do you have a sister, Brady?
We're gonna go to the next stage.
Okay, so what we're going to do then is, well, actually first what I'm going to do is this, okay? So what I'm going to have you guys do is, I'm going to have you put these all together using a paper clip, please. I'm going to give you guys paper clips, okay? So put them all together and then paper clip them together, please, all right? And hopefully that'll hold them, all right? Thank you. All right, so you can put them together. No, it's to staple them, because then, once you staple them, then they're done. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go.
You know what he's saying?
Yeah, looks good. Good job.
Hey, you need to figure it out.
You already checked yours, right? You're good.
I don't care. Do something.
Yeah, please shuffle them up. Yes, please shuffle them up. Shuffle them up, okay? Because that next person doesn't need any of your help, right? You want to help them at all. That's no fun.
But that helps them.
Like opening, shoveling.
Well, maybe, yeah. Yes.
I'll laugh.
You should not trust Brady.
No, I would actually.
Yeah, good. You have a weird
die.
eye.
I would too.
Sorry about that. Okay, put those together, please.
But after I.
Good job. Get those together, please.
Somebody grabbed me by the throat. Brady.
Body slammed me.
No, he grabbed me by my throat.
Who, Brady?
Yeah, trying to pick me up.
That's abuse.
He tried to
That's
slam
child
you,
abuse.
referral.
It's child abuse.
Do that to Mario.
I think I can't do it tomorrow.
No choke slams, please. Not in this one.
Brady, you're not gonna be.
Okay. You're welcome.
Here for
Okay,
Galvin
so-
every 5 seconds.
Sorry, because I'm talking. Thank you.
what we're gonna do then?
I didn't get a stick.
I was talking.
I didn't give you paper clip. Sorry, I'll get you one.
Start one, you know,